G'day Gear Junkies, Jason here. It's easy to forget when you're being overtaken by a Yamaha motorcycle going twice the speed limit by some Valentino Rossi wannabe that Yamaha also makes some quality instruments. But before I begin, if you like this kind of content, please help me out by subscribing. This is the Yamaha Pacifica 212V QM. The QM stands for Quilted Maple, owing to the quilted maple top, which looks pretty good. The Yamaha Pacifica has been around for decades now, and it would have to be one of my favourite mid-price guitars out there. This is owing to the fact that Yamaha products are almost always very good quality, but also I would have to say the HSS pickup configuration, or Humbucker single-single, is probably my favourite pickup configuration that you can get on a guitar. The reason I love the HSS pickup configuration is that they're super versatile. You can play pretty much anything on one. If you flick this guy into the neck position, you can get all of your clean stratty tones no problem. I'm using my Marshall DSL-40 for this demo. I'm using both the clean channel and the crunch channel at different times. Flicking over to the crunch channel of the amplifier, this guitar does a pretty good job of your bluesy / Hendrixy style tones. If you flick this into position 4, which is the neck and middle pickups, it does a really good job of that out of phase stratty sound, which I call the John Mayer sound. I'm using a blues breaker style overdrive for this example. Now this particular guitar has an Alder humbucker in the bridge, and it does a really good job of all of your classic rock. By adding a clon style pedal in front of the overdrive channel of the amplifier, I'm able to get a really nice mid-rangey sound that sounds really good for single note lines. I wouldn't say this pickup is particularly hot, but if you crank up the distortion on your amplifier, you can get some decent hard rock tones. This guitar also has a coil split, so if I pull up the tone knob, it turns the humbucker into a single coil. In the split position, you lose a bit of gain, but you get a bit more top-end bite. But what I like about it is that now means that I can put it into position 2, which is the middle and single here, and I can get some decent funky tones. If I had to level some criticism at this guitar, it would be something that most cheap and mid-price guitars suffer from, and that's the fact that it's not particularly well set up. What I mean by that is that the action was quite high and the intonation was a bit out. Now, this guitar was actually lent to me to fix those problems. And after playing it for a little bit, I think the intonation is still out just a little bit. Those problems are fairly easily fixed, and I think with a new set of strings, this guitar could sound really, really good. In terms of price range, there are Pacificas that go really cheap, and there's some that are quite expensive, up in the $2,000 to $3,000 range, which here in Australia, that's what you'd pay for an American Strat. This particular one was about 500 Australian dollars. Now, I did a bit of conversion, so in US dollars, that's about $330 or about 260 British pounds. And you get a fair bit of guitar for your money. It also has a trem, which I didn't go over, but it works fine as well. And you get a Rosewood fingerboard. Possibly because I'm a bit older, I don't really like the look of some of these more pale woods that they're using for fingerboards. I much prefer either a maple neck or something that's like rosewood or ebony. So if you're in the market for a reliable mid-price guitar, don't forget about Yamaha. They do some pretty good stuff. So if you own a Pacifica or have owned one in the past, please let me know in the comments about your experiences with it. I'd be really interested to know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. You can support this channel by going to the Middle Age Gear Junkie store and buying some merchandise. And you can also join the Middle Age Gear Junkie Facebook page. Other than that, my name is Jason. Have a great day. See you later.